What's that? Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
Scores! He did it again!
I just killed him. Before the game, I just killed John Madden because of a stink bomb.
Split special teamers, and now Brown is off to the races. Hurdles, kicks him in.
Giants are coming off a worse week than Harvey Weinstein.
That was the most exciting thing to happen tonight.
Game's over. Game is finally fucking be over.
Ed, you got to turn your mic on. I think. Got his hand on the button.
And now, our feature program.
Hey guys, how you doing tonight?
Hi, Travis.
Hi,
Holy
Nate.
shit. Hi, Nate.
Hey,
Hey,
I found somebody.
You got somebody.
Hi, everybody. It's a Smitty.
My life partner.
And this time you're not at your house.
No. Thick and Thin is getting taken over by talking stuff. We're going to talk about Craigslist and all kinds of dirty stuff.
Absolutely.
We're going to get us shut down.
Was that demonetized or whatever on YouTube?
You guys have all heard of Two Girls, One Cup. Well, this is Two Boys, One Mic.
Ooh. Which is probably even dirtier.
That was the name of the show, wasn't it, at one point?
That should have been the name of the show, apparently.
I love the shirt you're wearing right now there, Travis.
Yes.
Right? He's representing.
You're representing. God bless you.
Although I'm starting
we look cute.
I'm starting to smell manly, so I'm gonna have to change the shirt and wash it.
It's time to change the petrol.
Yeah, it's been probably worn about 12 times, so it's time.
So how's everybody? What's going on?
Yes, Chris, you're quiet tonight. Are you tired?
Who, me?
Yeah, we made sure we did this on Friday so you wouldn't be that tired.
I went back to my civilian job, which means I'm walking like 7 miles a day, seeing patients, and I'm just not used to it.
It's kind of do. It's kind of like walking through
I'm an ortho tech.
naked backwards.
So that means you're losing weight.
I've never done that, but I'm sure it's probably entertaining.
Look, we understand that you're not allowed to say a whole bunch of stuff about what you do on a ship.
Chris,
it's more entertaining
Nate,
than
you're
the
humming
show.
again.
It's not gay underway, damn it.
Why are you
What is
humming,
that
Nate?
noise?
Huh?
We got for some reason you're humming, Nate.
I don't know why. All right,
you
I
know
just
what it
showed
is?
up. I'm here.
We know Nate gives the best hummers.
I'm
I mean,
going to
come
say
on
he
now.
gets a great hummer.
You know what it might be is Amanda just logged on, but she muted her mic, so it might be Amanda backfeeding.
Great Amanda.
Oh, the duck in the corner.
See, Amanda's out there just messing shit up.
Corner. My God, how old is that? Like 6 months now? 8 months? The duck in the corner.
A year? Oh, yeah, it is what it is.
It is Amanda. So,
Yep.
so one of the headphones is too close to the mic, Amanda.
Yep.
Take all the headphones away from the mic.
I bet you she's running around your studio going, what the hell?
She's going to take away my point of view in the later bit.
Yep.
All right.
Oh, my God. Screw you.
Yeah, he's got the power.
I have all the power.
We can still see you, Amanda. We love you, Amanda.
What
We
she doesn't know
you're
is Travis has the ability to turn on the camera from his computer.
I do. Oh,
Ooh.
yeah, if I logged into the computer, I could.
there. Ooh, turn it on. I bet she's looking great tonight. She always looking great.
All right, so what are we talking about? What are we doing here?
I think you want to talk about high school first.
Sports. Is that the first time we're going to the high school thing?
That's
Yeah.
first up, yeah.
Okay.
We work youngest
I'll
to
go
oldest
ahead and
here.
Go with it.
So this show is mostly Chris.
Yep.
Yeah, it's kind of scary.
The first part
The
is
Chris episode.
Yes.
This is his time to step up,
I
so
love
that way we
shine.
can kick Jeremy off the show.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
All right. So I'm sure everybody's Facebook feed got blown up with this because I know mine did. A Texas high school football player earned himself some assault charges after completely just decimating this referee.
Look,
I
that
mean-
referee deserved it.
Do you even know what he did, Nate?
I apparently
Yeah.
should have watched the
It was a-
video because I kept
it
going
was a
past it.
Flagrant foul, all right? That
Say that 10
player
times
was
fast.
perfectly in. No, I can barely say it once. But that player did everything right. That call was bullshit.
So the player was
continue to talk.
ejected. Yeah, the player was ejected from the game for multiple unsportsmanlike conduct penalties, and apparently didn't like the call. So you see him go off the field, and then just as soon as the ref announces that he's ejected, he just bolts onto the field and just decimates this dude. The thing that I'm kind of like, what the hell about? The team itself was removed from the Texas State playoffs due to the incident.
Yes. Well, here's the thing. See, it seemed to me like it was more like a body check, like they do in hockey.
Yeah,
that's what it seemed like to me.
That frozen
the thing
sport?
is, this was his second unsportsmanlike conduct, and the thing was, last year that same player got ejected from soccer games for doing very similar stuff.
Yep.
So
what you're
that
saying,
kid has an issue.
So
yeah,
he's the next Tom can sue.
Yes.
yes.
So he needs a contract.
Well, well, here's the thing too.
Dude.
Apparently, this dude's an all-district wrestler in Texas as well.
Oh,
Like
jeez.
this dude's just got all sorts of anger issues.
This is what I gotta say. JETS Jets. They need him on that team.
Yeah, they do.
Can't be no worse. But the thing is, I understand the fact that they ejected the whole team out of the playoffs, and the reason I think that is because anybody that has anybody underneath them that you're responsible for, you're responsible for their actions. We're military, so we get in trouble for stupid things that the specialists do, and we were all the same rank, so we could do stupid stuff too. So we get in trouble for what they do. So yeah, it makes sense that the coach cannot contain this kid, and this kid's been a problem for at least 2 years.
Yeah, like it's not like it was an isolated incident. It seems like this kid has a reputation of being a hothead. So
I love him though. I
Yeah,
watch the video and I'm like, how many times? Seriously, I mean, we have our Patriot fans in here. We got our Green Bay fans. We got our Dolphin fans. We got our
Bears fans.
What?
Bears.
Bears.
Yes, Bears. I said Bears.
hey, I'm a true Bears fan. It's okay, Smitty. I understand they're horrible.
They passed
I
on
feel so
Mahomes.
bad about the Bears.
They thought Trubisky was better than Mahomes.
No one. It was like Tom Brady being picked whenever he was picked. The point is, how many times that a referee has made a call and like, okay, I hate that so much. And he's like 3 calls, like, are you kidding me? And you did not want to run to the field and just clothesline them.
He did what all of us. He essentially did what all of us have always dreamed of doing. Is just like leveling one of these refs and
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
But
you can't do that.
No.
you just can't. So
And the guy's like my age. The referee's like 57 or something.
yeah, like he got treated for concussion like symptoms and didn't return to the game.
I'm surprised that's all he got.
Could you imagine going to the hospital? Like, how'd you get a concussion? Some 16-year-old tackled me.
Yeah.
Dude, that was a big 16-year-old, and that dude,
That's a grown ass man.
I would not have.
Hey, if he's in high school, he's not a grown-ass man.
I would have waited.
He's
for
a man in training.
I would have waited for the ambulance to get me up off that field. I would not have moved. I still wouldn't have moved. That was a hard hit, dude.
I watched the video like 18 times, so it's okay.
My God.
All right,
So I guess I'm gonna have to go back and.
our-
It sounds like I have to go back and actually watch that because I was like, oh, we're not gonna talk about it. It's high school, and then
you have to watch it. You have to.
I thought of a perfectly good meme. I thought of a meme where you have the referee, right, and it says, and the referee says, on his body would say, the Bears 5-0, right, and then they would have him running at him, and then they'll say the rest of the Bears season.
basically that's what happened to the Bears.
Yeah.
So I think the grand consensus is that we all agree the referee deserved it.
Oh, I don't.
I don't know if he deserved that. I
I've been a
wasn't.
referee. I hate.
I'm
the fact
indifferent.
All I know is that I so many times I've wanted to deck a referee while playing, but I kept my cool.
Yeah, you got to.
All right, so Sarah Fuller.
Yep.
You all know who she is? So she was the female place kicker for Vanderbilt, and she's been.
Amanda unmuted herself, and
Hey,
apparently it's still not
Amanda.
working. Oh, it was good for a second.
Whose girlfriend is that?
We gotta teach Amanda. Amanda,
Hey,
can you
Amanda,
talk
I
into
didn't
the
know we were
mic?
dating, but nice to know that.
Can you just go ahead and mute that? Great.
Office Space reference.
Have you seen
All
my
right.
stapler?
All right, so she's being trolled quite a bit on the internet.
Well, she's a cutie.
She's an attractive young lady,
But she's not being trolled in that kind of form.
No. So some of the comments that have been made, and this was shared via SportsCenter. One of the things was, as long as they don't change any rules because she's a girl, let her play. Don't let up if she muffs the kick and tries to grab it. LOL, knock her off her cleats. I
hope she gets broken in half.
I can't quit laughing at this. I hope she made the team some cookies.
Oh, that's sexist as fuck.
I will pray for botched snaps and see what happens. Any leaked nudes, gangbang in the locker room. Hope she gets tackled. Hope she gets creamed. Hope someone cleans her clock.
It's ridiculous those things they're saying about her.
It's absolutely absurd.
It's very absurd.
For a young woman to not... Could you just imagine... Now, I know everybody on the show but me has daughters.
Yeah.
So, but this
fighting words.
This young lady, the courage she had to step into a man's game and...
Be careful there, Chris Collinsworth, okay? So,
but a sport that's not 100% dominated by men.
Yes.
And have the testicular fortitude to do such, how dare these men go out there and just trash her just because she's a she?
I don't get it, because it makes no sense to me. Like you said, she's kicking a football, right? She's the kicker, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why do people want her to get her clock clean? Because she's a female? I mean, is that really how bad? I mean, I'm sure she has hundreds of thousands of support.
There's some positives out there.
So we're just seeing the negative ones.
Right. Well, and here's the thing: you look at the guys that are posting these trolls. These are essentially probably dudes that are sitting at home, somewhere in Mississippi or other parts of Alabama, not where I live, banging their sister and, are mad because they can't get anybody better than their sister and, are basically just worthless.
Congratulations, Chris.
Oh my God. We just lost Alabama and Mississippi. Why'd you just throw West Virginia in there while you're at it?
I mean, I was going to lean more towards Arkansas, but West Virginia works too.
Actually, it's legal in West Virginia to marry your cousin. So that's
Smitty
Why
knows.
do you know that?
Smitty knows from experience.
Hey, Smitty does his research for whenever he's traveling.
Yes, he's right. Okay. You ain't even BSing. That's 100% right.
He needs to know what is legal and illegal in every state, territory, and protectorate.
Yes, sir. Protector. Oh my God, look at that word. No, but this
Nate got learned it.
Need all that kind of stuff. I mean, making cookies for the team, and I mean, I hope Vanderbilt goes to the end of a game this year. They have 2 more left, right?
Chris?
Well, they just canceled this week's game, so it's looking like her career as a place kicker in college football is probably done.
They should have 2 more. They had this game and then one next week.
Right. Well, this one was that COVID thing I was talking to you
about.
Right,
but the next week they should have 1 more game.
Right.
Yeah, but I think at that point they're going to bring in a different kicker, is what I've been reading. So we'll see what happens.
I hope that she has to kick, and I hope it comes down to a field goal, and I hope she makes it. And then...
So this is kind of related. So in addition to Sarah Fuller getting a lot of internet trolls' dicks inverted because she's a woman playing in a male-dominated sport, Vanderbilt has also fired their head coach, Derek Mason. With 1 game remaining on the schedule. The school announced on Sunday, and offensive coordinator Ted Fitch will serve as the team's interim head coach until the replacement's made. And Sarah was also getting the nod to start the next game, and she would have been the first female to start in a Power 5 conference game.
Only Power 5, not like any college game ever, because...
Well, she started that first one.
Well, okay.
So the question I have is, why do we think that the firing of this African-American head coach wasn't more discussed during this troll scenario?
Well, why did they fire
him? I think part of it's because Vanderbilt's 0-8.
Yeah,
so I think everybody expected Vandy to lose their head coach. So I don't think it was a shocker. I don't know how much him being African American is going to play into that by any means. Like, as far as
play into it whatsoever.
It shouldn't.
It shouldn't. It absolutely shouldn't. I'm just saying. But I don't think it was a shocker to anybody that this coach was released. I think it was kind of expected. So, it's not new. It's not really newsworthy because it's kind of
Right.
expected if you don't perform.
Well, Chris, you seem to be with the thumb. I guess thumb's the wrong word.
Finger on the pulse?
Of college football amongst us four.
Well, he is. He's our college guy.
Okay. Well,
That's why I'm here.
Well, then why release him or fire him one game left? Why not just let him finish out the contract?
It just kind of depends on the contract too, because some people have stuff written in their contract they don't complete the full season or blah blah blah. Like for whatever reason, and you see this a lot about this time of year. They'll fire him, right before the end of the season, name an interim coach, and they can already start looking for new head coaches, and coaches start interviewing the minute the season's over.
Well, that's what I was saying. I know why they do it in the pros. I just didn't know if that was the same thing for college.
It's essentially the same thing.
Yeah, because I don't know why the Jets hasn't fired Adam Gase yet, but
Oh, he's.
I don't know why the Bears haven't fired Matt Nagy yet, but
because
they don't get Jim Harbaugh, I don't care.
But it's the quarterback. It's not the coach. Anyways, that's a different conversation. Let's continue with this one.
All right, Chris. Next one.
All right. So with COVID running rampant in pretty much every sport, but primarily in college football, no conference is feeling the heat more than the Big Ten. Me and Nate talked about this earlier. So the Big Ten has set a rule like that there's a 6-game minimum in order to qualify for the conference title game, the conference championship.
Yep.
That's why I'm tired that Ohio State is ranked number 4 in the BCS. Sorry, go ahead.
So
they played 4 freaking games, dude. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, the conference screwed themselves. I have nothing. Like, I could sit here and defend Ohio State all day long. That eye test, all that crap. But you're absolutely right.
Oh, they're a good team. There's no doubt, and they probably would be there. But, anyways,
I completely agree. Anyway, but because of COVID and everything, it's putting the league's best team because there ain't nobody else in the Big Ten that's going to have a shot at the college football playoff.
Nope.
It's putting them in jeopardy because they're playing this week short against Michigan State, and there's still the potential that Michigan could cancel. And I don't think there's rumor that there's a plan in place for them to play Maryland. So they're basically going to say screw Rutgers and have them play Maryland. So, do we think that, they should alter that 6-game rule and, allow Ohio State to potentially play for a conference title, even if they don't play 6 regular season games?
If they don't let them do that, then they need to let the Raging Cajuns take their spot.
Yes.
I concur.
Hashtag Raging Cajuns.
Hashtag Raging Cajun. Well, what do you think, Travis? You're not really giving your opinion. I know that you run the whole thing, so you don't talk much, but I want to know your opinion.
Well, and you also got to remember he's a Northeasterner, and Northeasterners don't follow college football.
No,
That's
but
true.
I do know of
OSU.
Well, I saw this, and I posted this to our chat, so I'm like, Chris, this is your team. This is this worth us talking about. Yeah, and when I saw it, because there was a commentator talking about possibly Michigan being like giving the old bird and being like, hey, we're gonna cancel our game so that way you won't make it to 6 games, and that way you don't have to worry about you going to a championship and playing the playoffs because we're not gonna make it because we suck.
Yeah.
And then he was like, he had to send out a big apology because of it, because he's like, I'm not speaking for anybody else. This is just my thoughts on it, what could happen, and this, that, and the other thing.
It's a legitimate concern, because if it wasn't a legitimate concern, there wouldn't be these rumors about them essentially canceling the Maryland-Rutgers game and having Ohio State play Maryland, because the Maryland-Rutgers game has no bearing whatsoever on anything. However, because Ohio State didn't play Maryland because their game got canceled due to COVID, because Maryland had COVID at that time.
Yep.
They're still in the Big Ten East, and they're number 2, I believe, in the Big Ten East. So that does have a direct outcome for a Big Ten championship game. Because if Maryland were to somehow upset Ohio State, they would go to the Big Ten title game.
And that would never happen. But okay.
I don't know. Baby Tua could do it. I don't know.
I don't even like Daddy Tua. So I mean,
All I gotta say is, OH.
Oh my God!
I hate that shit.
I drove through Ohio and I called Chris. I'm like, OH. He just goes, I know.
Like, it doesn't bother me, but when I'm walking through a grocery store and from 4 aisles over somebody yells it, and I'm just like, dude, I'm just trying to pick up bread, man.
I just want bread and eggs. You know, snow's coming.
I don't know if they should change it to less than 6 games because that's really not on Ohio State. Ohio State's doing what they're supposed to do. They're playing the games that they can play. But then you think about, and that's fine. They're winning the games. They're a good team. They are. But
Hell, they
then
beat
you
the
have
number one team in
teams
the
that are
league
right
for
behind them in the BCS that are number 5, number 6, number 7. That could be and probably are just as good. It's hard to say because they play each other. That are not going to be in the playoff, and they've played 9 games.
Right.
Well,
So that's
these 2 games that Ohio State didn't play were either of those games Ohio State's fault.
Just this last one against Illinois, they canceled it. And here's the thing where the Big Ten is, yeah, they would have smoked them. But the problem is, and this is one of where the criticisms of these Big Ten teams are coming in, is these teams are canceling the games before they hit that threshold of the required number, percentage of players that are, positive. They're canceling it before they hit that point to try to get it under control before it hits that point. So they're canceling games essentially when they don't necessarily need to. They probably would have had they not canceled it. But yeah, they're doing it for safety. So they're getting a little bit of scrutiny there, and
You know what I think? This is what they should do. This is just to make it fair. Best you can do. You take Cincinnati, you move them to number 4, call it even, because that team is awesome and they're from Ohio.
Well, so what I was thinking is you get the kicker from the Buckeyes. You get
Not the one from Vanderbilt.
Nope. You get the kicker from the other 2 teams, right?
Rutgers.
And who was the other one? Maryland?
Maryland.
And
Tipper.
you have them kick field goals.
Oh my
kind of
God!
like
Now you're playing the
kind of like
hockey.
horse.
Oh, horse.
So the first kicker lines up, and the other 2 have to match the kick, and just go around the field, and whoever misses first gets knocked out, and then goes to the next one.
Ohio State would never win that.
I don't like this because our starting kicker is injured.
Yeah. Ohio State would not win that. That would probably Rutgers would probably win that.
Hey, I'm just trying to make it fair.
Rutgers would win that.
I love how Smitty was like, "Oh, Ohio State's his team," yet like my entire office is nothing but Ohio State
To
memorabilia.
be fair, from our angle, it looks like you just got comic books in the back.
Yeah, and not to mention when I see
autograph
you,
pictures.
all I can look at is your beautiful face. It takes all my attention.
He's got a sexy chin. He's got
He's got a sexy
he's got a nice little cum gutter right there.
Moving on, matchups to watch this
Oh,
weekend.
jeez.
I hope Amanda's dad wasn't just watching.
I've never heard that before.
You've never heard
I've
that
never
before.
Heard that before.
You're older than us. You should hear it all.
I know I should have heard everything. I've never heard that before.
Dude, you wrote it.
No,
Nick.
generally you call the abs down here for like a guy or whatever a cum gutter. So when it runs down the gutter.
He's gonna vomit.
Can we go on, please?
Matchups to watch this weekend. So number 5, Texas A&M, one of those teams Smitty's talking about, is at Auburn. So Auburn sucks this year, and we know that.
Yeah.
But they do have a history of ruining hopes and dreams for top-ranked teams. They just do.
That's their
So
specialty.
they're the Dolphins of college.
Essentially, yes.
A few years back, okay. just the
I'm just trying to.
That's all. We only
Match
relate.
up.
All right. So, and then number 4, Ohio State at Michigan State. We talked about this. The Buckeyes are going to be playing with a short roster due to COVID. I'm not sure. I haven't seen the depth chart for this week yet, so I don't know which players are out. How much of an effect it will have. But it's a must-win for them to, stay in that hunt for a playoff spot.
Yeah, because they have to play this one and then one more, right?
Yeah. So, and then number 13, BYU's at number 18 Coastal Carolina. So this matchup's going to show if those smaller schools that are getting ranked this year, because of COVID and everything like that, can keep up with these Power 5 conferences. So Coastal Carolina is in the same conference, the Sun Belt Conference.
Mm-hmm. Oh, for the
Raging
Cajuns.
They are. So Coastal Carolina is the Raging Cajuns' only loss.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well,
that's their only loss.
Is this score correct on
yes.
here?
I double-checked it 3 times.
That score?
I double-checked it 3 times.
That's
so,
like
Nate,
basketball score.
No, that's like Madden scores.
Yeah.
Can I get an intro on this, please, Nate?
All right. It's time for Cajun news.
All right, so the Cajuns defeated the University of Louisiana Monroe last week, and I mean they beat their ass. It was 70-20.
Oh, shit.
So QB1 Levi Lewis was 18 for 25 for 147 yards and 3 touchdowns. I looked at this, I was like, how the hell did he only do that? They pulled him in like the beginning of the third quarter. I was like, that makes sense.
That's the third. That was the score at because they pulled him in the third quarter. Holy shit!
Yeah, the backup had 2 touchdowns.
Oh my god.
Yeah. But the Cajuns do have a little bit of a test this week with Appalachian State. They probably hold the biggest upset in college football history.
Really?
It was 11 years ago when they beat the University of Michigan at Michigan.
Oh.
But this, mind you, they are now a Division I FBS school. At the time that they beat Michigan, they were a Division I FCS school, which is essentially a Division II school.
Oh, wow.
When they beat Michigan, who was ranked at the time in the top 10.
So you're telling us there's a chance that my Cajuns might lose?
Slim, because they're not that good this year, Appalachian State. It's a slim chance, but there is a chance. It should be a close game. But I'm going to say Cajuns by 7.
I need to watch a Cajuns game.
I do too.
Well,
Now, I think
discuss.
there's got to be a way we can watch those games.
Coastal Carolina
Yeah.
game.
You want to talk BYU, Coastal Carolina?
Yes. Because Coastal
BYU.
Carolina
Which college is BYU?
What?
BYU. Which
What's
college
that?
is that?
Well, Coastal Carolina has
Brigham
a really
Young
good
University. It's out of Utah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Utah. They have a really good, fast, offensive,
Running back
Yeah, there you go.
carries the ball.
And their quarterback is. Remember, how I was telling you, Travis, that you guys are projected to get a quarterback. Their quarterback's the one you're projected to get.
Oh,
Because
okay.
he is quick and he is good. I'm just saying, I would not be surprised one bit if Coastal Carolina beats BYU. I would not be surprised.
Yeah.
But
It should be a good match.
It should. But none of these teams, BYU or the outskirts, would beat Ohio State.
Oh no, that's why they're ranked
saying.
down there.
Right. Well, I mean, even if they weren't, they just because we're talking about the other game we're talking about with Texas A&M and Auburn, right? Yeah, Texas A&M is a good team. I don't think they're better than Ohio State. If it was a full season, I think there'd be no doubt that Texas A&M would be down in the 20s, and Ohio State would still be the top 6. I have no doubt in that. So that kind of goes back to what we're talking about, playing 6 games or not. Ohio State's just a really good team.
They are.
But Coastal Carolina, for what they are and who they play against and what, who they are, might be the best small school, college school playing in the college football right now. I don't know much about the Raging Cajuns.
They are the official team of the Thick and Thin Sportscast.
Yes.
They don't know that, but we know that.
You should contact them.
Essentially, Nate's obsessed with them, and I had to add them in because every week he would ask me, "Hey, what's going on with my Raging Cajuns?"
Yes.
Well, that's because last year we decided we were doing all the college things, and when we came across the Raging Cajuns, we were like, "What the hell how have we not heard of this team, and how are they not number 1 ranked in the U.S.?"
Raging Cajuns and Prospectors Nate.
It's very similar.
They just meshed.
It's a very
the two
similar.
shows have meshed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Good stuff.
It was like, that is a team we need to follow. And apparently they're good.
And that's Appalachian State.
No, that's Raging Cajuns.
Who's okay?
They're out of Louisiana.
University of Louisiana.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the Cajuns defeated the University of Louisiana. Oh, Monroe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
'Cause you know how they do that weird shit.
Yeah, but I got you. So cool. I'll support them. Raging Cajuns.
Raging Cajuns.
Hey,
Now
any listeners or fans out there, I need a Raging Cajuns jersey
That'd be
or,
cool.
or shirt. I need to
You
represent.
know, my
the
ex
Cajuns.
is from Louisiana. She probably knows people that went to school.
That would
there.
be great.
That'd be
or
awesome.
a banner.
All right, so are we done with college?
Mix that one.
That's it.
That's it with
everything
college?
this week.
Cool. So, in a very rare Wednesday football game that has only happened once, it happened in 2012.
It did.
Yep.
It started at 3:30 in the fucking afternoon for
Yeah,
some
but it's
stupid
never
ass
happened
reason.
in the afternoon. There was the delayed game from Thanksgiving between the Steelers and the Ravens, and it actually turned into a good game, surprisingly enough, even though they didn't have their starting quarterback, because their backup quarterback, who was RG3, played out of his mind.
It did. And the one that happened in 2012, I believe it was Dallas playing that game. Dallas versus Giants.
Yes, it was.
Yes.
Good job, Smitty. Did you read?
No, he's an
No.
elephant.
Oh, that too.
He never forgets.
It's not on here. Is that part of this thing?
Yeah.
No. Well,
I
we're
had-
gonna talk about it. Yeah.
No, did
But-
we say it was Giants versus?
No.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
But no, I got it in the quotes things there, just so I would remember who it was in case somebody asked.
It was Giants and
Yep.
That
was
yeah.
Dallas
He
for
just knew
sure.
that off the top of his head. We weren't following.
But for Chris Collinsworth, the announcer, I don't really like that much.
Oh,
I do
Travis
not
hates
like
him.
him.
I hate him. I hate him with a
No.
passion. But
I don't.
it
really
was going to be.
hate
It was a
him, but-
bad day for him. 'Cause-
Travis hates him more than you hate Cankles.
Yes. Oh, I do. But during the second quarter of the game, Collinsworth had made a comment about female NFL fans he had run into before the game, saying everybody's a fan. In particular, the ladies that I met, they have really specific questions about the game. He said of the women, and I'm like, wow, you're just blown away by how strong the fans are here in this town. What do you think of these comments?
I don't see a problem. I do not see this as sexist at all. I mean, like we just talked about the kicker
Yep.
for
Right.
Vanderbilt and how it's a male-dominated sport, and they said that it's been said that that I think it's 40% of people that watch NFL are females.
Yep.
Right.
Which is it's almost half.
Yeah. You know why? Because their husband is watching the sport, so she's watching it with them. More than likely, that's what it is.
That's how
I
it
said
usually
that-
starts. Yes.
Yeah. So I don't think he said anything wrong or particularly sexist. He didn't say that women shouldn't do this or women are stupid or women
I
don't
think he
understand
just
sports.
worded. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he just worded it poorly.
It's
Oh,
just
and it-
cancel culture.
And I say it could also just be his just general.
I'll be back.
Okay. His just general tone of voice.
Yeah.
You
I'd
know.
slap him for saying anything. That mother.
Yeah, Collins,
So-
he annoys the shit out of me anyway. But
Yeah, he's
And you
just
don't. Nobody annoys you, Chris. Except for people like
he's just
go
got that
OH 6
voice
miles.
that's just kind of like it's almost condescending, and for someone that has a sarcastic sounding voice all the time, like his
Yeah.
is worse than mine. So
yeah.
So,
uh,
do we think that it was meant as women don't know anything about football, as the media is portraying it, or just that it's the first time he's been asked those kind of questions by a female?
And that's probably, I think it's the latter. I think he was just probably blown away. Like, he's probably used to getting asked, more general questions, maybe by female fans. And these females in particular were asking probably more specific, game-related questions, statistical questions. And he was just kind of, maybe not off put, but, caught off guard.
Taken back.
Yeah.
I think it's a good way to put
That's
it.
the phrase I was looking for. He was probably impressed and shocked a little bit, but I don't think he necessarily meant it in a derogatory manner. It just, like I said, was worded poorly.
Yeah, I came across it when I read this and I listened to the audio again, and I'm like, how did I miss that? But I'm like, when I was listening to it, I'm like, I don't see anything wrong with the way what he's saying. I think it came out in a way that he wasn't expecting it to.
Mm-hmm.
And then even though he was like,
right.
hey, wow, these women actually know a shit ton about what they're talking about, and these questions are hard for me, and I'm surprised that they're asking these questions, kind of thing. because I don't know the answers, and I do this for a living, and they're kind of expecting me to have these answers.
It speaks more to his generation and his mindset than the fact that he might be a sexist, which he's not, I don't think. And just in case, on the off chance that Chris Collinsworth does ever listen to this podcast, I don't really have a problem with you. I don't think you're an ass. I think you are very knowledgeable. I just don't like your voice.
I think he's knowledgeable, but I just don't like his condescending.
Joe Buck, so come on.
I just don't like his condescending voice, I guess.
Joe Buck, you kidding me?
I hate Joe
I
Buck.
do find it funny that Joe Buck made the Hall of Fame the year that I named my teams after Joe Buck. So what I'm saying is I helped Joe Buck get into the Hall of Fame.
So every year he's going to be changing his team's names to somebody who needs to get into the Hall of Fame.
Yep.
I heard half of it. So.
Anyhow. But
this one intrigues me.
Yes. So Josh Gordon. Everybody remembers that pot-smoking Patriot who that first Brown, then Patriot, and then now Seahawk. Yeah. Well, he was suspended indefinitely last year, which, as we all know, indefinitely means like forever, basically.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean.
But not according to Roger Goodell, because he was conditionally reinstated today. Today, I think it was, or I think
definitely is like saying literally. It's really just not literally.
Yeah,
well, it definitely means like until they decide they're not gonna,
Right, but usually when you get told indefinitely, it's like when you ask a female out and she's like, "I will never go out you," because that it's indefinitely. She's never going out with you.
Definitely means there's no end date. So there's no. That means they haven't set a time when they can't get back. So it could be never, or it could be in 6 months.
Well,
that's what technically.
According to Roger Goodell, a year's time is what it's going to take is what indefinitely stands for now, because he's going to be able to return to the field for the final 2 games of the regular season. Last year, Gordon joined the Seahawks, but he was suspended 2 games the game before the last 2 games of the season. So basically, it's a 1-year ban. And why didn't you just say, "Hey, you're going to be suspended for a year"? And if you don't get your shit together by then, we're gonna review your.
Dude, that was pain for me to listen to.
Yeah,
I know.
So I think the reason why it wasn't your ban for a year, I think it was more or less, hey, we're gonna indefinitely suspend you. You take care of you. You get yourself right. We want you to take care of your physical and mental well-being. Don't think of the game. And whenever you think you're ready, if you're ever ready, we'll talk about you coming back. I don't think they wanted to put a parameter around, like, all right, 365 days, you ready to play? No, you still smoking weed? All right, it sucks, man. Like, I think they wanted to give him time and the benefit of the doubt to kind of get his stuff together.
I think.
What do you think?
Complete favoritism because he plays for the Seahawks.
And not because he's black?
No, not because he's black. He plays for the Seahawks. You know why I know his favoritism? I'm going to tell you why. I don't know if this is part of this conversation, but it should be. Because Baltimore got postponed for 10 days, but Denver had no quarterback.
Hey, let's not talk about that quarterback.
And it fucked Nate over bad.
It did.
That was a
They
gamble.
had plenty of time. They
You know what else?
It.
What happened, Chris?
You know what else sucks? When you don't start a quarterback.
When you have Deshaun Watson, you forget to start him.
Yeah, you don't put anybody on the goddamn thing, and you watch, and both your quarterbacks literally just kicked off, and you're like, shit.
The funny part is, I played you, Chris.
Then you lose.
He's not going to put his quarterback in. He's not going to put Watson in. And then they kicked off and like, he didn't put Watson in. Yes.
A half hour early.
Who's your team again?
He's Lieutenant Dan's Magic Leg.
Yeah, he's the Magic Legs.
You need to fix your roster right now because it's not doing so well.
Oh, yeah, I haven't looked.
Don't worry, he's going to call me tomorrow or Sunday morning.
Okay.
No, I'm going to call you tomorrow.
Call me too.
Yeah.
They're both going to call me to talk to me about the roster.
I will help you.
Do I have your cell phone number, Smitty? I think I might. I'll call you both.
You can call him on Facebook. That's what I did all the time. So
My
kept
number
giving me shit.
1-800-STUDMAN.
It's like 760-533-7061.
I'm impressed if that's correct.
Not even close. But whoever's phone number that is, you might get a call from the one person that's not me watching this.
You got the middle part right.
So, should Goodell stop calling it an indefinite suspension?
No.
No?
No, because the word indefinite means that there's no end date, so you don't know when they're going to come back. So that's the correct terminology.
I mean, you could go with like administratively removed.
Right, because what he's seen is, like he said, he's talking to him, is like, well, where are you right now? It's like, I can bring you back now. Oh, no. Okay, you have to wait a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Then you won't pass a test right now? Nope. Okay, we'll give you 30 more days. You pass the test? Yes. So,
yeah, I think it gives up it using the word indefinite indefinite suspension kind of takes the favoritism out of it.
Right.
Because say if you're suspended for a year, right?
Yeah.
And your year comes and goes, you can't pass a piss test, or you're still going to trial for punching that woman in an elevator, or
That's what I was thinking of.
or
I was
killing
thinking of him.
or killing somebody while driving your vehicle, or beating up prostitutes and strippers, and you're not
Aaron
ready to
Rodgers
come
is
back
in
to
this?
that life, then you can say, and you're like, all right, well, we know we said it was a year, we'll give you another year. And then you have somebody else that didn't do those things, and maybe they, body slammed a referee and got ejected from a game, and he still has anger issues, and like, we're not going to let you come back.
Yeah.
Like, this just kind of keeps it like a safe catch-all,
And not to mention it's marijuana, and then
Well, and they're working.
You might as well just move. Yeah.
And they're working. The NFL is working on making that a non issue.
Right, like baseball.
Yeah, because of they've seen it be more helpful for recovery time from injury, from pain, instead of getting addicted to pills. Then using it for that instead of not using it, basically.
Right. Gotcha. Okay.
Hey, Travis, I could tell you wrote all this because.
No. I was just like it was reference stuff.
Okay. Because we're not reading that.
No, that was reference stuff. Because this was his sixth suspension since he entered the NFL in 2012. He was also.
Well, we talked about this on an older show, so
right.
If anybody's curious on all what that is, go backwards.
Right, but it's.
We'll wait.
It's
we'll wait. Hold on, we're waiting. You caught up? Wait. Okay, one more minute. All right.
I think you guys need to put your faces a little closer together.
Now turn slightly. There you go.
There you go.
So
tickly.
The funny part
I
is,
just had flashbacks from Cuba, dude.
Oh yeah, that's how it happened with Chris and me. No, I just told him, I want to kiss you. I'm gonna kiss you.
And then he kissed me.
Yeah, full lips, everything.
I was not ready.
Was Shay there too?
That will happen on the Talking Stuff podcast. It's not happening on Tats.
So
anyway,
the funny
San
part
Francisco.
is, the funny part is that it's his third indefinite suspension because he had one in college. I didn't realize that until I looked at this.
Did he really?
Yeah, he did. For the same crap. Because he got caught.
It's not like he's the only wide receiver to fuck up in college.
No, but it's funny that it's the exact same thing. He tested positive for marijuana.
Because of his speed. If he was only an average athlete, we wouldn't have.
Well, maybe that's the problem. Is without smoking weed, he's ridiculously fast.
Yeah.
And no quarterback can throw to him. So the weed slows the game down for him. So it makes it more competitive for the other people. So
shouldn't they be forcing him to smoke more?
No. So yeah, he should be encouraged to smoke weed, and everybody else needs to take speed.
Yes.
Okay, can we move on from
the
hip?
San Francisco 49ers have been uprooted from their home stadium in California for at least the next 4 games because of the new COVID requirements that have been placed.
Santa Clarita, man.
Have been placed where they play. Well, now that California, the whole entire state is going to those requirements, the Los Angeles Chargers and Rams are now preparing to have their own emergency moves due to the increases in restrictions.
Well, that's new to me.
Oh yeah, this was as of noontime today.
Oh, Chris is pulling a Jeremy.
Break.
Breaking
Just
news.
because I didn't think about this and I didn't look at when the game was played. The Raging Cajuns are playing right now.
Oh.
Why are we
It is on ESPN, and they are down 10-9 with 12:57 left in the third.
All right, hold on, guys. I'm pulling it up. Talk amongst yourself.
I got it.
My bad, guys. I
Nope.
Very
failed
good.
you. I failed this city.
Travis, you can't.
I can have it on TV in 10 minutes.
I already turned your TV off.
I can have it on TV in 10 minutes.
This is on ESPN.
Yeah, I got it. Oh yeah, here we go. Louisiana versus Appalachian State. Play. Just gotta turn the volume off.
Yeah, we're gonna watch it over here too. So.
Sorry, folks. We're just realizing that this game's
for me at all.
There we go. Okay. They're down by a point right now. It's 9 to 10.
That's what Chris said.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, he
It
said
is
all that
pouring there too. Jeez.
Hey, let's go.
Anyhow.
Finish the show, huh?
So where do we think they're gonna? First question is, where do we think they're gonna play? Both of those teams.
What were the the Chargers?
The Rams and the Chargers. They just built
both
that
out in
brand new
LA?
stadium in LA that they paid what I think it was like $3 billion for, or something like that, something ridiculous.
Where's San Francisco playing?
San Francisco has been relocated to Arizona, who's also in their division. So their final game, they're going to be the away team because they're playing at Arizona against Arizona.
Right. So now, obviously, those other two teams cannot be playing in the same stadium.
No.
So I'm gonna guess it's gonna be probably some sort of college, like BYU college stadium. One of those teams. It's gonna be a closer stadium. Maybe one in Oregon, possibly.
I think they need to go play in St. Louis.
Yeah.
Bring the Rams back to St. Louis.
They should.
They were the LA Rams before they were the LA St. Louis Rams.
Right. We'll bring them back to St. Louis. They got a stadium that works just great.
Yep. It worked just perfectly fine.
Yep. Bring the Chargers and Rams to St. Louis.
What do you think? Either one of them will end up going up to Washington and playing over at Seattle?
They might go to Oregon.
I think in Oregon. I think it's gonna be a college, like I said, a college team.
You think they just
Like
go to a
Oregon
college team
State.
instead of going to a pro team? Pro field?
It's closer. You don't want to make that trip because then it's an away game.
And it's not even like there's fans going to be there.
They may go play in Vegas.
They could go play
They
Vegas.
could. It's
Or
not that
Raiders
far.
Stadium.
Yeah,
LA to
depends if
Vegas
the Raiders
is
are LA.
4-hour drive, I think. It's not very far.
Yeah, they might probably Vegas. At least one of the teams would go to Vegas.
Think so. That'd probably be the best thing to do for them. At least one of them. I would fear if they're going to go play somewhere else, they're going to move to a stadium at least that's warm.
Yes. Maybe they'll go play Mexico City.
There you go. Nobody can travel there, so they win all the games.
Good on me.
All right, so are we doing these odds, Nate?
Did I update them or did you?
I didn't.
Oh, no, we're not doing the odds.
All right. So let's
All right,
go
Chris,
to the Chris's half of our rankings.
All right, so holding up the bottom as usual at number 32, the New York Jets at 0-11.
Are they still playing?
Yeah.
I didn't even,
They're playing
I
for
haven't
that
paid
number one
attention.
pick overall.
At
hey,
31.
that's what they could do is have Ohio State and those other teams play the Jets, and whoever beats the Jets by the highest margin of victory moves forward.
None of those teams would beat the Jets. I'm just saying.
No, they would. They might decimate the Jets.
No.
I don't know if they beat them, but it'd at least be a game.
At this point, I would take a Pop Warner team to beat the Jets.
No, I'm just saying, seriously, there's no college team out there that would beat any pro team right now. Just not.
Even the Jets?
I don't believe Alabama would beat the Jets.
Really?
I didn't say they beat them. I just said make it a game.
I would say they could have beaten the Denver Broncos last week.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
By a field goal.
But anyways, okay,
All
so
right.
At 31, the Jacksonville Jaguars at 1-10. At 30, the Cincinnati Bengals at 2-8-1. At 29, we've got the Detroit Lions at 4-7.
they should be
At
higher.
28, dropping 2 slots, my Chicago Bears at 5-6 because Trubisky, Foles, and Nagy are garbage. And at 27, the Philadelphia Eagles at 3-7-1.
His quarterbacks.
It's all three of them.
Would you take Cutler back?
I would take Cutler back in a heartbeat. Put cigarette in his mouth and all.
Yeah, I love Cutler. Cutler was he didn't give a damn.
I think
Cutler.
McMahon's ready to come back.
Let's do it. Where was I? Shit. The 27, the Philadelphia Eagles at 3-7-1.
Fair.
Down 1 are the Dallas Cowboys, America's team at 3-8. At 25, the Washington football team at 4-7.
Still have a chance at the
by
playoffs.
the way, am I allowed to say their old name on this podcast, or do I have to say Washington football team?
Yeah, we're trying to get away from.
Yeah, we've officially switched over even with our picks.
Yeah.
Damn.
At 24,
you can say the Washington football team, formerly known as, like Prince.
Yeah.
Anyhow, at 24.
At 24, we've got the Giants at 4-7. They're down 1. The Denver Broncos are down 1 at 4-7 at 23.
Broncos.
The Carolina Panthers are down 3. I can't do math. At 4-8. At 21, the Houston Texans are at 4-7. They're up from 24. Down 3 from 17, the Los Angeles Chargers at 3-8. At 19, up 2 from 21, the San Francisco 49ers at 5-6. The Atlanta Falcons are at 18 at 4-7. They jump up 2 spots. And then at number 17, up 1 at 5-6 are Travis's New England Patriots.
How is a team that is 4-7 ranked 18? Oh my God!
Because COVID.
Yeah. Hell, the Pats
fair.
team should have never made it. Shouldn't have that many wins as it is. But
Dude, I wouldn't be surprised if the Pats make the playoffs. I've been saying that since the beginning of the year. I've not changed my mind.
They're not making it.
Only if they expand it.
Starting on the bottom half or the top half is an NFC North, an NFC North team, the Minnesota Vikings, holds true at number 16 with a 5-6 record. The Miami Dolphins, his Miami Dolphins, are still at 15 with a 7-4. The Arizona Cardinals jumped from 13 to 14 with a 6-5, while the Cleveland Browns managed to go from 14 to 13 with an 8-3. The Baltimore Ravens, who are still at 12, are 6-5. The Las Vegas Raiders take a mighty leap backwards from 8 to 11. The Indianapolis Colts are still at number 10 with a 7-4. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers go from 6 to 9. Nice. The Los Angeles Raiders are 7-4, and they're still at an 8. Rams, whatever. The Buffalo Bills, 8-3, are still at 7. The Tennessee Titans jump way back, like forward. They were at 11. They're at 6. The Seahawks make a giant leap from 9 to 5 with an 8-2. My Green Bay Packers were 5. They're now 4 with an 8-3. My kids' New Orleans Saints are 9-2, and they're still at 3. The Pittsburgh Steelers are at number 2 with 11-0, and the Kansas City Chiefs, the 10-1, are at number 1. Moving into our fantasy league.
Before we get too far.
Yeah,
So I was actually reading some stuff about the Pittsburgh Steelers Kansas City Chiefs ranking, and how people are pissed because they have now played, well, not just that they're undefeated, but now they have played enough good and bad teams equally, and the points against and the points for, the Steelers hold a 1.5 to 1 lead against the Kansas City Chiefs, and the Pittsburgh Steelers should actually be the number 1 and not the number 2.
I agree.
There's a lot of talk about that, and what the overall consensus is, from what I heard, is the overall, like, get it. The Steelers are undefeated, but when you're looking at the power rankings, you're looking at how they've played against more difficult teams and their schedule moving forward, and they just feel that given a situation, the Steelers really haven't played like dominating teams. They played like mid-range, lower. They didn't play very well against the Ravens last week.
They still beat them.
But they didn't destroy them.
Yeah,
but they feel like
I understand why they do that.
The Chiefs have that,
But who has the Chiefs beat? That's the thing. They talk about that, but who the Chiefs beat? Now, I don't like the Steelers at all. They're one of my bottom 5 teams. I do not like them, but they beat every team in front of them. I don't care if it was crappy or great or what. They beat them all. Kansas City lost to the Las Vegas Raiders.
That was something that was discussed about too.
So, dude, I think Kansas City is a better team. I do. But until you lose, you should have the top spot. That's just my opinion.
Game
All right.
update. Game update. Raging Cages pull ahead.
Yay. Oh, and by the way, there's no way the Cardinals should be above my Dolphins. Just saying.
All right.
The Dolphins maybe not should be in the top 10, but the Cardinals should not be ahead of them.
I'll
Time
agree
for
with
some
that.
fantasy stuff. So, the recap from last week.
Okay.
Mick was mixing it up. Beat Joe Buck yourself 184.4
Oh.
to 123.86.
I still love you.
My gamble of
Did not pay off.
did not pay off. My wide receiver turned quarterback did exactly what I did not need him to do. The Dolphinics, is that how we pronounce that?
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
Beat Bad Juju, which is not a surprise.
No.
171.7.
I'm playing
Yeah.
Bad Juju this weekend to be
140.4.
close.
The Shamrockers played Ladies and Edelmans.
Yeah.
and got
and
decimated.
Ladies and Edelmans finally made the 200 club for the first time this season, outscoring him 233.08 to 145.2.
Has anyone scored more than 233 points? That might be the highest score of the season.
I think
we might
it
have
is.
we might have to go back and look at that.
I mean, she crushed it.
I don't know.
All right.
So, Bad Juju crushed Germany that first week. So
Yeah, we'll have to go back. Maybe we'll update that for next week. Lieutenant Dan's magic legs is an idiot and leaves his QB on the bench. Managed to lose against
Did you
Oopa's
still got
31's
200
team.
points?
I did.
Oopa scored 204.42 to Lieutenant Dan's no quarterback 199.48,
Oh,
which is
Lieutenant.
still a very
No, he
high
did put
scoring
a
game.
he
would've
did
beat
put a
almost
QB
every
in.
team in the league.
He did put a QB in.
If
I did put a
Lieutenant-
QB in,
if
but it
Lieutenant
wasn't
Dan
mine.
played any other team
Either one.
except for Ladies and Edelman and
Yeah.
Oopa's team, he would have won.
Yes.
Yes.
That's sad.
and
Uh,
and the funny worst part is I should have played my actual QB instead of listening to Nate because I was worried about the Wednesday game. And my my Dallas receiver, and I would have just decimated. I would have been over what Ladies and Elements had.
All
Yeah,
right,
like
so-
if he would have played certain players, he would have destroyed me. I mean, I would have been well over 200 with Watson at quarterback, but he still would have destroyed
I would have
me
been
'cause I
close
went
to the
back and looked.
250.
I was like, shit.
And if my aunt had nuts, she'd be my uncle. So.
So if it's and butts were candy and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas.
Yes.
I like mine better.
All right,
And
Gail's
Jeremy.
grand team played Unavailable, and Unavailable got his third win of the season.
I think so. I don't think he's in
150.
last place anymore.
Well, I have that. That is his third win of the season. 159.34 to 156.878, which was another really close game.
That's tight.
This week, Joe Buck Yourself, number 4, at 7-5, plays number 7, Ladies and Edelman's 5-7.
Come on, ladies and gentlemen.
And I plan on benching my whole roster this week.
Just don't do what I do.
I'm not. Number 2 was mixing it up. 9-3 is playing
Come
number
on,
6,
Lieutenant
Lieutenant
Dan's. Come
Dan's
on.
Magic Legs, who now knows how to start a quarterback.
Do you need a player?
6 and
I will
6.
give you one.
we
number
might have to do some wheeling and dealing this week.
Number 10, Bad Juju, 2-10, is playing Oompa 31's team, number 5,
You got it, Zupa.
at 7-5.
I'm trying.
Number 3, Shamrockers, 7-5, is playing number 8, Gail's Grand Team, who is 5-7.
Gonna win that.
I hope Gail, if she's going to keep losing, loses it all, so the Sacco goes to the Watson Meeker household. The number 1, Dolphinics, was mixing it up out of the number 1 slot, 9-3, is playing the number 9 Unavailable, 3-9. And for those keeping score at home,
Oh, it's all
Nate
tied
and
up.
Smitty, Tattoo Bet.
You actually have this on your
Oh, yeah,
podcast?
weekly.
13-9. Yeah, every
We
week.
follow this shit closely.
Like
I
the week
don't listen to the whole podcast. I didn't know you did that.
he
Oh,
was
wow.
on vacation, and we made him update it so that way we could talk about it even though he wasn't here.
Yeah. When he went to the
Like,
cave,
this is
we
a
made his
thing.
ass
So
do
we've
it.
got to actually take pictures of the tattoo
Yeah.
when it's all said and done.
This
Oh
is
yeah,
100% a
when
real
it's all
thing.
done, we're getting pictures. If we can do it on the podcast that Nate wants to do, we're gonna do that too.
Tattoo confidentials.
Yep.
Oh.
Confessionals.
Oh, a
Professional.
live tattoo, yeah.
Yeah,
I'll be
will be
there.
recorded, but yeah.
I'll be there for, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are tied 13-9, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's coming in close.
2 games left.
All right, let's get to our last week's picks.
I can't do this.
Oh, Smitty.
That made it real. That made it like real. That scared me.
Well, let's put it this way, Smitty, you and me tied this week and we had a bad week. Chris, when I was putting his picks in because I forgot to do it when he first sent it to me at 8:35 Sunday morning, I had to double check at what time he actually sent me these because he won with 12 picks correct.
No, see what happened was this motherfucker was listening to all like ESPN and all these other sports shows. They all made their picks ahead of time, and then he did the average of them all and tossed them in on Sunday morning. So
Everybody
I'm
on
gonna
this
wait till I'm
podcast
gonna
is
make my
called
pick.
bullshit because they all know that
I'm
one,
making my pick
I
Sunday
ain't that
morning,
motivated to do
8:35.
that shit, and 2, I don't pay that close of attention to
Look,
pro.
I'm making my picks 8:35 Sunday morning.
No.
If he can do it, then I can do it.
I was
The only reason he didn't do it was because he usually does on the podcast, the video, the YouTube videos, but it's because he had his son. What happened? Nate actually disappeared.
He took his shit off.
I know. He's an A. Well, but following up behind Chris was Mo and Jeremy, both with 10. And amazingly enough, they didn't pick the same games.
Wow.
And then we had Amanda and Nate at 9, who also didn't pick the same games. And me and Smitty.
I'm going to tell you what.
Look at it this way.
For someone who doesn't like the Patriots, that shit sucked.
Yeah.
To be in my car going, what the fuck are you doing? Where's your why did you get a penalty at the fucking... I need to talk about this. Okay.
Yes, this is...
Okay, I'm fired up now.
Can of worms.
You did have something on Patsy thing you were talking about.
Yes. So, last week I listened to the Patriots game. I haven't watched the Patriots play all season. I haven't listened to a game.
It's terrible listening to a football game.
So is this why they actually won, Nate?
Probably. So I listened, all right, and the Patriots stopped. They were playing Arizona.
Arizona Cardinals.
They stopped them. They held them to a 4-and-out, right, or a 3-and-out.
3-and-out.
They got a holding penalty or something, or neutral zone infraction.
Neutral zone.
Got a first down for the Ravens. Stopped them again. 3-and-out. Or yeah, whoever. Got another fucking penalty.
The Birds.
First down.
The Redbirds.
Then they get another penalty after doing a 3-and-out.
Yeah.
Pushes them even closer because I think they're going to go get a field goal or something.
Yeah.
And they scored a fucking touchdown.
Yeah.
I understand why the Patriots are losing. I finally figured it out.
Why?
They're capable of winning the division. They have it. They could win. And I know why they brought Cam Newton in. And I'm going to tell you why, because Bill Belichick is a motherfucking genius.
Yeah.
Because he is the general manager and the head coach. They are losing on purpose. He is purposely taking this season, and he purposely took Cam Newton at a dirt cheap salary because everybody thinks, you know what, they're trying. They picked up this one-time MVP, Cam Newton, great quarterback, has all of the skill sets, who doesn't really have it anymore. So it has the perception that they're trying. But in reality, he doesn't give a fuck. He is going to the next year because he's going to get more money on his salary cap, and he can maybe keep Cam Newton or toss him to the side, and he can get, I don't know, Matt Stafford, who's probably going to be given up at the end of the season because they just fired their whole head coach, and they're going to blow that team up. There's going to be plenty of opportunity for a quarterback to come in there.
Yeah.
And I think he's doing it all in spite. Because you know who is not a Patriot? You know who two players aren't Patriots? Tom Brady.
Tom
And do you
Brady.
know who else isn't a Patriot?
Gronk.
Jimmy Garoppolo. Do you know why Jimmy Garoppolo's not a Patriot? Because of Tom Brady. And you know who else was the problem with this?
That's
Is
true.
Robert Kraft.
Yeah.
So Belichick is like, all right, motherfuckers, I was setting you guys up to keep a dynasty going with Garoppolo. But no, Tom Brady, you want to go ahead and fuck the Patriots? Well, I'm going to say fuck you all too. I'm going to tank this season. I'm going to get what I want to do and get my team together. And next season, we're going to come get you.
Okay.
That's why the Patriots are the way they are.
Well, I've said the Patriots are not like out up by any stretch, but yeah, they may not make the playoffs. But for them to tank the season, which I don't think anybody takes.
But see, they're not really tanking.
Right.
They're making it seem like
That's
they're
my point.
trying.
For a team they're gonna go like probably 7-9, and if that's tanking the season, how good is that team?
But see, this is what I'm. But think about this. The Patriots are so good.
And they're gonna go another.
They
20
are
years winning Super Bowls.
capable of losing just enough
Mhm.
to make it seem like they're trying.
They don't have to seem like they're trying. The Jets don't seem like they're trying. The Dolphins is they're trying a year ago. You know.
But they just sucked.
Yeah,
The
well, thing
Patriots
is-
have the talent. They can win.
But the Patriot players want to win, so they're gonna keep trying.
No, Belichick he's the
Belichick
puppet
don't
master.
care
He's the
because he
puppet
gets his
master. He's
job.
fucking with all of them.
Yeah, but all the players are like, I need to do well so I can get a job next year.
They're
The
gonna have a
players-
job next year.
No.
They're gonna win the division next
No
year.
one's trying to tank. No one tanks on purpose.
So,
No
so
player takes
all I got out of that whole little rant there, Nate, was Cam Newton is Bill Belichick's side bitch.
Cam Newton is. He's just there.
You know what I got out of that rant?
He-
I got Aaron Rodgers as the boat.
You keep
There you go.
fucker. You keep spitting on me.
We'll move.
Well, Amanda,
Like that's the first time Smitty's bodily fluids have been on you.
so Amanda says you're both gonna get your tattoos this weekend while you're driving around. But he also said
I said to Smitty that we should go get tattoos this weekend.
See, he did.
get a
You did say
couples
that
get a
before the
couples
show.
tattoo.
Yeah.
Get a couples tattoo.
I say get a
So-
boat in the back end of the boat should say the Dutch rudder. I thought that was
Or one of us gets the Dutch and the other one gets the rudder.
And when you
I'm
stand
going
back,
with
is it
the
stand
rudder.
next to each other? It fits all together.
I want the run. You got
Or
the
we
Dutch.
split it in half. So that way when we put our arms together, it says the Dutch rudder.
No, butt cheeks.
No,
Well,
if
yes,
you do
across
that,
your
you have
butt
to get it on
cheeks.
each butt cheek. So that way when you put your butt together.
Yeah. Your butt cheek. You're right. But you're left. Right one.
But Amanda also says is that Smitty has the highest scoring game with a 141.88 in week 4. And then we have a Blue Crew. I don't know who that is.
I
Says
think it was 241.
who 241?
Yeah, because she scored 233 in this game.
Yeah, 241.88.
Mm.
So you have the highest score. So, but we got a question from a Blue Crew
Hey, Blue Crew.
saying that he needs to fill 2 running backs and a flex. He has Kamara, Zeke, who he should just get rid of, Claypool, and Booker.
What kind of league is it?
I don't know.
He gets to fill 3.
It says a PPR.
Oh, it's PPR, so points per reception.
Right. But he has to fill 3 spots.
2 running backs and a
3
flex.
spots.
I always
Zeke
go
is
with
trash.
putting a running back in
Well,
flex.
Camaro obviously and Claypool.
Yeah.
And who are the other 2?
He got Zeke and Booker. I would go with Booker.
Uh,
I wouldn't go with Zeke. Zeke's been crap for Gale.
No, I mean this week I would go with Zeke.
I would put Kamara as your flex.
Camaro be running back, Zeke running back, Camaro running back, and Claypool as your flex.
I don't hate that.
I would go. Well, 2 running backs and a flex. Yeah.
I go side with
Claypool's
that
a
one.
wide receiver, so
Right, that's right. You can't put him as.
You can put Kamara. Yeah.
Well, the thing with Camaro right now because
See-
they have what's his name, the quarterback at New
Taysom
Orleans.
Hill.
Camara's been going down a little bit because Casey Hill does not like to throw to his damn running backs in the
Well,
flat.
he hasn't
doesn't
thrown
throw.
a touchdown all season. He's never thrown a touchdown as a
Right,
in the
but the
pros.
thing is,
he's thrown an
the thing
interception. That's all he's done.
right, the thing is about Taysom Hill is he's good and he's fine, but he don't like the flat throw. Throw it to Kamara. He hands it off to Kamara just fine, but Kamara, half of his production comes from getting the ball in the backfield being thrown to him and little
Yep.
screen stuff, and he goes off. And maybe not half of it, but like 30% of it. So that's being lost. Maybe that will change a little bit next week, or this weekend. But I would ride Kamara until he broke. I would play him all the time.
What about Booker?
He's the number one.
Booker's been doing fairly well.
Booker has, but he's not consistent enough through the season like Kamara is. Outside of Adams for Green Bay, the quarterback, the running back I would play all the time is Kamara. I mean, that's number one and number two. Adams and Kamara. That's just what I'm thinking.
Well, Zeke's, all I know is that Gail's had Zeke's the whole season, and she just watched his points go down game after game after game. To the point where he's not paying the money he's making.
Yeah, well, Booker and Zeke, because it's a PPR, that's what I'm saying. Because of Zeke, he'll get more PPR than Booker.
True.
That's why I said Zeke. You got a better floor with Zeke, but you have a higher ceiling with Booker.
True. Okay.
I agree with life partner.
All right, so let's
when I pay attention to this stuff, I actually pay attention to this stuff.
We have the best records out of everybody, or most.
So who's sitting atop the picks right now?
Well,
overall?
let's go through who won what. So the Houston Texans were the first game of Thanksgiving. Texans won 41-25 against the Detroit Lions. The Washington football team played the Dallas Cowboys. They beat them 41-16. It was insane that both the scores were the exact same. Then we had the Los Angeles Chargers playing the Buffalo Bills. The Bills won 27-17. That was Sunday morning. Tennessee went and visited the Colts. They beat them 45-26. Carolina Panthers went over to Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota Vikings won 28-27 in that close game. The Cleveland Browns went over to Jacksonville. They beat them 27-25. The Giants played the Bengals. They won 19-17. The New England Patriots, in a surprising win, beat the Arizona Cardinals.
Wasn't that surprising?
Oh, it was, because I left to go to Home Depot because I'm like, well, the game's over. They're down by 2 touchdowns. It's not even worth staying around. I got to go do stuff. So they won 20-17.
See, what we learned is you have to go to Home Depot every Patriots game.
And you have to watch every Patriots game now.
I have to listen. I don't have to watch.
Same difference.
And it's the last quarter of the game I have to listen to.
Yes. Smitty's Miami Dolphins played the Jets, and no surprise, they beat them 20-3.
Damn right we did. We shouldn't have beat them by that bad. They were a good team.
And a massive beating. The Atlanta Falcons destroyed the Las Vegas Raiders 43-6. That is some Madden stuff right there.
Yeah.
Then we had the New Orleans Saints go to the Denver Broncos, where a wide receiver QB only scored 3 points. And the Saints scored 31 points with their fake QB. The San Francisco 49ers went over to the Rams and beat them 23-20. The Kansas City Chiefs played the Buccaneers, and what was a decent game, but the Chiefs pulled.
Did you just say the Kansas shitty Chiefs?
No, the Kansas City Chiefs.
You definitely said shitty Chiefs.
Well, the shitty Chiefs, who made a wide receiver 200 yards before the end of the first quarter, and scored more points than my.
That was disgusting.
And our fantasy league scored more points than my QB did.
I want the Chiefs to burn in hell.
So, but right before that game started, it had me winning, projected to win by 30 points.
Yeah, I was very upset.
8 minutes into that fucking game, and all of a sudden, I've dropped 4% chance of winning.
The funny part is, I couldn't even check my fantasy scores until I got to Winchendon from New Hampshire from going to Home Depot. So I'm like, I'm listening to the radio. I'm like, how many yards does he have? And they're like,
all of them.
I'm like, that's what they're like on the radio. Like, he has all the yards. He's over 200 yards in the first quarter. He's predicted to get
I'm glad he wasn't playing me.
Yeah.
So the Kansas City Chiefs beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 27-24. Then we had the Chicago Bears go up to Green Bay and get beaten like a redheaded stepchild, 41-25. The Seattle Seahawks went over to Philly and beat them 23-17. The game on Wednesday night that nobody expected to actually play because I sat my QB.
Me too.
The Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Well, your QB you set because he has the COVID.
Well, no, I set my kicker too. Tucker. I
Yeah.
said Tucker.
Pittsburgh Steelers held on to their undefeated season with a 19-14 win against a whole backup system, basically.
Oh, backup system.
Well, they have 18 players out, so.
I know.
They had the generators on and just barely enough lights to see in the stadium.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So this week's games, there is no Thursday night game, as you guys can tell, because we didn't stream on Thursday, which we usually do. That got moved. It was supposed to be the Baltimore Ravens Dallas Cowboys game, which was moved the next Tuesday.
That'd be really nice to see Baltimore play twice in 2 days.
This shit would have been funny though.
So the first game we have is the New Orleans Saints going to the Atlanta Falcons. Nate, who are you going to go with?
Y'all ready for this?
I'm ready for this.
I am going with the Atlanta Falcons.
Really?
Yep. Because you know who's sacked Matt Ryan 21 times? Cam Jordan.
Oh yeah, he's back.
Yes, he is.
But Ryan's on Atlanta's team.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. That's for y'all. I'm trying to help you all out.
So,
I appreciate
But
that.
Julio Jones is playing.
oh, Julio. You know what?
Don't do it.
Don't
do it. Go with your dad's team. You know you want to.
I want to go with the Saints. I really do. But it hurts because they don't have a real QB. But this real QB is actually winning. But the Atlanta Falcons actually have shown up. I'm going with the Falcons. They've shown up finally. Jeremy sent me his picks.
Oh shit! I got Amanda's too.
Yes, and I also have Gail.
Is she not gonna get on and say it?
Oh no, did Jeremy post them to our chat?
Yeah.
Let's see.
So that's one of y'all.
You need me to read it? I got it.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
All right, because I have Gail.
He took the Saints.
He took the Saints. Jeremy took the Saints. Chris, who are you going with?
Let's go with. I'm gonna jump on the Nate train this week and go with the Falcons.
Smitty.
You're all going with my upset.
Smitty, you get to do it live for the first time in a long time. What are you gonna go with?
The Kansas Jayhawks.
We're not talking
Orleans,
XFL.
Are you kidding me? Are you like? Is that really a question? I mean, I know you like to outthink ourselves, but this is stupid.
So Gail is
Smitty
going.
may or may not be drunk at the moment.
Oh, we all know he's drunk. Gail
Make
is.
sure you go into my podcast called "Getting Drunk with Smitty."
Gail is going with the Saints. Mo's picks
Gail's
are
a
all
smart
in.
woman.
Mo went with the Saints. Who's Amanda going with, Nate?
She went with the Saints.
She went with the Saints.
Yep.
I have the next pick. The Cleveland Browns are going to Tennessee. Oh, this is a tough game.
Oh, that is a tough one. Don't be stupid.
I kind of want to go. I want to go Browns. I think I really do want to go Browns.
I will never trust Browns so they win 4 Super Bowls in a row.
The Tennessee Titans, unless they found themselves last week,
They did.
I don't believe they did. I think the Browns have enough to beat them this year finally, and it's scary to say that. I didn't think I'd say that in my lifetime, but I'm gonna go Browns. Who did Jeremy go with, Chris?
He went with the Titans.
He went with the Titans. Chris, who you going with?
I'm also going with the Titans.
You're going with the Titans. Smitty, who you going with?
Tennessee.
So apparently, me and Mo are so far the only ones that are going to go with the Browns. Gail went with the Browns. And who? Amanda went with the Browns. Mo went with the Browns. Who's Amanda going with? Nate.
She picked the Titans.
She picked the Titans. And who you going with?
Browns all year, baby.
Browns all year. So Jeremy has the first pick between the Detroit Lions and the Chicago Bears.
That's tough.
He took the Bears.
The Bears. Chris, who you going with?
That's a dumb question.
So the Lions?
I'm taking the Bears.
The Bears. Smitty, who you going with?
Well, this was probably the hardest one I had to think of because Chicago's offense is poor.
Horrible.
They're starting
their
Trubisky
defense
again.
is stout though, and I gotta go with Detroit.
Gotta go with Detroit.
Yeah,
Gail
got to.
is going with the Bears. She went with the Bears. Mo also went with the Bears. Who's Amanda going with?
The Panda picked the Bears.
The Panda Bears?
Yep.
Nate, who you going with?
I am going with my life partner and picking the Lions.
So
They just cleared house. They got a different head coach.
They did.
No general manager.
And you know they tend to do better when they clear house.
They do.
They make a valid point.
And so I was listening to EEI, and the guy who makes picks every week for Fitzy to bet for, he picked the Bears to win. So I am going with the Detroit Lions. Because every week he has been bad at it.
It's really a hard pick. I mean, it really was. I was like, and it just I went through the the offensive.
I think this is going to be a shitstorm no matter what. So I just went with my Bears because
I went with Stafford is what I did. I went with Stafford playing the quarterback.
So Chris, you are the first pick between the Cincinnati Bengals at Miami.
I'm going to go with Smitty's Dolphins.
Going with the Dolphins. Smitty, are you going with your Bengals?
Yes, I'm absolutely going with my Dolphins.
Gail also went with the Dolphins.
I think it's going to be a clean sweep.
Mo went with the Dolphins. Did Amanda go with the Dolphins?
Yep.
Are you following your life partner?
Sure am.
That's okay. I'm following him too. Who did Jeremy go with?
He went with the Fins.
He went with the
It's
Fins.
nice to have a better than average team.
I can't wait to get that Fins Up tattoo, so that way I can make it seem like I've been a fan the whole time when they win the Super Bowl.
The funny part is
Amanda's
well,
comments.
this is
no
bad
here.
luck for the Fins because every time we've gone full across the board, they lost.
Okay, well, I'm going to pick Bengals.
So just when they win.
Mind you, the Bengals starting quarterback's out.
I know,
Yes.
but see,
Not that it would've mattered,
Amanda's saying that he can't. Amanda's not letting him be his own man. If he wants to get a tattoo, that's his business. It's his
Why is
body.
your hand so hot?
It feels like I just had a heat pack on my back.
It's because it's been on his nuts for the last 20 minutes.
God.
So, Smitty, you have the first pick between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Minnesota Vikings.
Oh my God, that seems like an easy pick, but it's not.
It's not.
It really is not, because they're playing in Jacksonville.
No,
And
they're playing
Jacksonville
at Minnesota.
Oh, but still, Jacksonville can beat high school teams. So, I actually think Jacksonville might be a worse team than the Jets. Actually, Minnesota, because that damn running back is just unbelievable. Cook, he is God.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Cook is the number one running back in the NFL right now.
He's up
Followed by
there.
Adams.
So, Gail is also going to Minnesota with you.
Adams
So,
is-
you'll love this. Mo went with the Jacksonville Jaguars for the upset.
Get back.
Oh.
Nate, are you listening?
What?
I said Mo went with the upset with the Jacksonville Jaguars winning. Who did Amanda go with?
Vikings.
The Vikings. Who you going with?
I agree.
I also agree with the Vikings. Who did Jeremy go with, Chris?
Vikings.
Vikings. And Chris, are you going with the Vikings?
I'm going with the Purple People Eaters.
Ah, good for you.
Because Jacksonville are purple.
Yes.
Kind of.
Welcome to the show, Smitty. It's nice to have you here.
It's so great to be here. I love it.
So Gail has gets the first pick between the Colts and the Houston Texans, and she went with her most hated team, the Colts. Mo also went with the Colts. Who's Amanda going with?
Colts.
Nate, who you going with?
Texans.
So I would go with the Texans, but their star receiver has just been suspended for 6 games.
He did. Yeah.
He did, because he got me a boatload of points in the past 2 months.
You know what? That just means the next person now has the opportunity to be great.
Yes, but the next person behind him.
Go ahead, pick the Colts. Just pick the Colts.
I'm going with
It's
the
fine. I don't care.
Colts.
Go ahead. I'll pick the Colts.
But I'm
Don't worry
telling you
about it.
why.
Just remember last week I picked the Patriots. Just remember that, all right?
I know everybody but you picked the Patriots, and you picked the Patriots. Anyhow, who did Jerry go with, Chris?
He went with Colts.
The Colts. Chris, who you going with?
I'm going to jump on the Nate train again. I'm going with the Texans.
Going with the Texans. City, who you going with?
We're going to make that 3 out of 3, Texas, baby.
Tripod.
It's only because Indianapolis, they're hot and cold.
I'm so glad you went with tripod.
They have Phillip Rivers.
And not an Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
You never know what you're going to get with Phillip Rivers.
I mean, I love Indianapolis, and I hate going against them, but after last week and watching Texas and watching Indianapolis, Texas, that was last week, I get it, but it was stuff.
Different week, he had a star receiver who made me a shit ton of points.
Yep.
I was very
Rub
sad.
it in a little more, Travis. Come on now.
Well, I was sad. I was so pissed when I found out he was being suspended. I was livid. I was like, when can I drop his ass? Now I have to go find another.
I think we should get, strip him of those 40 points.
So Mo went with the Las Vegas Raiders, with the Las Vegas Raiders heading up to the New York Jets. Who's Amanda going with, Nate?
I gotta find it. Oh, Raiders.
Can we just skip it?
I would say hang on.
Nate, are you going with the GETS?
If you're gonna pick the Jets, say something now. All right, so all of us are going with the Raiders except for Travis.
No.
I think it's pretty.
It's pretty straightforward. I think we're all going for the Raiders.
That's where Jeremy went to.
Yeah.
He didn't go for the upset. What happened here?
Oh, Jets will win a game this year. It just won't be this
because the Patriots.
It'll be against the Patriots.
It'll be a conference game.
Or the Dolphins.
They're going to be the reason why the Dolphins don't make the playoffs.
Yeah, they will be. Because I hate the Jets. And I want them all to burn in hell.
Raiders. Okay, so that means we'll give Amanda this first pick. So the Seattle Seahawks, the New York Giants are going up to Seattle. Who's Amanda picking?
She picked the Seahawks.
This is a 4:05 game, and usually he does pretty good in the afternoon. Nate, who you going with?
You said they're playing the Giants?
Giants at Seattle.
Seattle.
I am also going to Seattle for this game. Who's Jeremy going with, Chris?
Seattle.
Chris, are you going with Seattle?
I'm going to go with the Seahawks.
Yep. Them dirty birds. Smitty, who you going with?
That's a C.
Kind of, sort of. Usually they just steal your food.
I mean, I want the Giants to win it, but I just don't see it happening.
Gail is also going to the Seahawks, so it's a clean sweep across the board. Nate, back to you. The Los Angeles Rams are going over to Arizona Cardinals.
Ooh, that's going to be a really good game.
It should be.
Yeah.
It's a 4:05 game. So none of us are going to see it, especially since the Pats are playing at 4:25.
Rams, Cardinals, Aaron Donald, Kyler Murray. Aaron Donald, Kyler Murray.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Don't make the sounds you're going to make later.
Okay, you're making noises. Nate's bouncing. It looks almost like he's giving you a handy on the camera.
I am going to go with the defense of the Rams that is going to beat the Cardinals. So I'm going with the Rams.
You're going with the Rams.
Yeah.
After them letting the was it the Pats that beat? The Pats did play them last
Arizona,
week, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Arizona.
After them letting the Pats beat them, I am also going to go with the Rams. Who is Jerry going with, Chris?
He's going to Cardinals.
He's going with the Cardinals. Wow. Chris, who you going with?
I'm gonna go with the Rams.
Smitty, who you going with?
I'm gonna go with the Birds. I'm going with the Cardinals.
The Birds.
You go into the Cardinal territory, and one defensive player is not gonna stop Kyle Murray.
Well, Gail is going with the Rams. Mo went with Cardinals. Who's Amanda going with, Nate?
Mo's a smart person.
What? Sorry, Amanda said, is it necessary to look at your crotch when you're giving Smitty a hand job?
Yes. Yes, it is.
So I totally got distracted by your question. What were you saying?
I said, who is Amanda going with, the Rams or the Cardinals?
Rams.
She's going with the Rams.
She has it all like mixed up and shit.
Yeah,
I
so
have
does
to
Gail,
actually-
so I've been having to figure that out. So next, we have the first 425 game. The New England Patriots are going to the Los Angeles Chargers.
Quick game update. Raging Cajuns 24-10 over Appalachian State.
So Appalachian State hasn't scored since the... So they have 25 unanswered points. That's pretty sad.
Math there.
I'm good at math.
Math is hard.
That makes one of us.
All right. Oh, actually, hold on. This is me. I had the first pick because you had the first pick last.
Yep.
I'm going to go with the Chargers. Yep. I'm going to say finally the Chargers are going to find a way to win. The Pats are flying all the way from the East Coast to the West Coast. They're not going to be able to... God only knows if they're actually going to hold this game there because of the new restrictions. So, who knows?
So no one really has a home game.
Well,
Brown.
Yep.
I think it's still being...
I think it's still gotta fly over the Rocky Mountains, probably.
Yeah, but they gain time. They don't get jet lag going west. They get it going back.
It feels like it's a lot later there, so especially a 425 game. The Pats haven't been very good in the afternoon at all. Little, and that's gonna feel like a night game.
They're ready
to them.
for bed at that time.
So who's Jeremy going with, Chris?
He went with the Pats.
He went with the Pats. Renewed his faith in him last week. Chris, who you going with?
Fuck it, I'm gonna take the Pats.
Oh, jeez. Smitty, who you going with?
Patriots for life.
Are you shitting me?
I have no faith in any team that has a C in their name.
So Gail also went with the Patriots. I'm a diehard Patriots fan. If I'm the only one that didn't pick the Pats, it's gonna be freaking ridiculous. Mo went with the Pats. Who's Amanda going with? The Pats. Nate, are you really gonna go with the Pats too?
You gonna leave your thick hanging?
Well, I mean, it's the Chargers. They got a great quarterback, but they just don't win.
They find a way to lose every week, but so does the Patriots.
You know what? The Patriots won last week, right?
Yeah.
And if my
Theory
conclusion on my mat is right, they're going to lose this week. So I'm going to go with thick, and I'm going to go with the Chargers.
God.
They won the last 2 weeks, actually, so it's going to be even worse. They're going to get blown out of the water.
Imagine if I cracked the code.
That would be awesome. I would follow you forever in football.
So Jeremy's got the first pick. The Philadelphia Eagles are going up to Green Bay. Is Jeremy taking them Fudge Packers up there?
He is taking the Fudgies.
Chris, are you also taking the Fudgies?
I am.
Smitty, are you getting your new tattoo?
That has nothing to do with it. But I will be proudly wearing my Green Bay Swiss cheese tattoo on my arm.
Are you going to get it on your arm?
The Fudge Packers are going to beat the Philadelphia Flyers.
Fly, Eagle, fly.
Yes,
hey, at
I
least
know.
it was the right city. I mean,
I know they're the Phillies. I'm just kidding.
Their mascot's the Fanatic, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
I know the Fanatic beat up a kid.
Oh, I'm sorry. The 76ers. My mistake.
Gail also went with the Packers. Took me a little to find that one.
Did they not go with the Packers on that one? Seriously? The hell you did not go with the Packers. Like,
Packers.
Philadelphia is not that good.
Mo went with the Packers. Who does Amanda go with?
She picked the Packers.
Her new other favorite team?
No.
Nate, are you going against your Packers? Are you going to watch the whole game? That's the better question.
Yeah, I have it on TV here.
Ah, so you can't watch the whole game.
Why not?
Because
I'm conflicted.
If he's going to watch the whole game, they're going to lose. This is how this works.
After halftime.
So, well, you're going to be driving back or about this time anyway, so right? Because you'd be back there for Monday?
I don't know what time I'm leaving.
It's a 2-hour drive.
You don't know how much milk I put in my cereal. Don't try to pretend like you know me.
I've never heard that before.
So Nate, are you watching the whole game or not? This is how we're gonna pick this game. Down to me and you.
Here's my problem with the.
You look like you're trying to take shit, dude.
He is.
You've seen me taking shit. That's not my shit face.
Very true.
He's very happy when he's taking a shit for some odd reason.
But here's the problem. And the Eagles are notorious for beating teams they shouldn't beat.
Right.
And Green Bay is also notorious for losing against teams that they should have beat. Case in point, they lost to Philly last year.
Yep.
In Green Bay.
Yep. And they're playing the same team in the same place again.
I am gonna go with the flock because my heart wants Green Bay to win, but my brain is telling me that the Eagles are gonna win this.
Don't ever trust your brain.
So I'm going with the Packers, but it's being recorded. I said the Eagles are gonna win. I hope I'm wrong.
You're wrong. They're gonna absolutely lose because the difference between last year and this year is 2020. Okay.
No, Nate is the only constant that actually worked with the Green Bay team, losing or winning.
That's true.
So
I
Nate,
am picking the Packers.
So that means he's going to leave the house while that game is on.
Or, yeah, I probably it's a Sunday night game.
It's a Sunday at 4:25.
That's not on TV.
We'll be just waking up at that point in time.
You might have because it's Philly.
Either that, or I'm just gonna listen to it in the car.
I can watch every game in the NFL. I have things.
He's got away.
I got away.
Oh.
Anyway, moving on so we can.
I think I'm gonna go. I think I might stay with the herd and go with the Packers. It kills me to say it, but because I don't know if Nate's gonna watch the game or not. That kills me. So Chris, you have the first pick. The Denver Broncos are going up to Kansas City.
Kansas City.
They have a QB back though, at least.
Do they? Which one?
I don't know. I think the starting one. He wasn't out. Smitty, who you going with?
Who am I going?
Going with the Broncos?
The Denver Chiefs.
The Denver Chiefs?
Yes. I'm going with the Kansas City Chiefs. I hate them, but they're going to crush that team.
Oh, yeah.
I would laugh. I will be so happy to take the L on that one, though. I'll be so happy to take the L on
I
that
think we all would.
Yeah.
Gail also went with the Chiefs. Mo went with the Chiefs. Who did Amanda go with, Nate? The Chiefs?
Chiefs.
Who you going with? The Chiefs?
Chiefs.
I'm going with the Chiefs. Who did Jerry go with, Chris?
He went with the Chiefs.
So it's Chiefs across the board.
Yeah.
So next we have Smitty picking.
Oh.
The Washington football team is playing the Pittsburgh Steelers at 5 o'clock on Monday afternoon.
Yes, they are.
Yep.
I am picking the upset of the week.
The Washington football team.
Washington football team. Pittsburgh, guys, that COVID thing, they played on Wednesday. What's their defensive whatever King God who's sacking everyone?
Bud Dupree.
Yes, he's out of the game. They don't have the rest. Washington is starting to feel themselves. They got Smith playing pretty good quarterback. It's just you can just feel a trap game. You can just feel it, can't you? You can just feel
You can feel a trap game, yeah.
I'm just proud of myself that I knew the dude's name.
I'm proud of you too.
He's
You only
learning the
know that because
NFL.
your wife is a Steelers fan.
So I am going.
Shut your whore mouth.
Yeah, your whore mouth. So I'm going with the Washington Red Tails.
All right. Well, Gail went with the Steelers. Mo went with the Steelers. Who did Amanda go with? The Steelers. Nate, are you going with your life partner or your girlfriend?
Really?
Yeah. That's why I did that.
I just thought you were like, because you were conflicted.
So, I believe Washington played Dallas last week, and that is the only reason they won the way they did. I ain't going with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think they're gonna squeak it out, even though it's a short week. They had a rough showing against Baltimore, but overall they didn't look bad. It's just that they couldn't punch it in at the end, and that's more to say that Baltimore's defense played their balls to the walls. No, all stop. No, all go. No stop.
They didn't have their starting running back either. So.
No,
I'm just saying it feels like a trap game to me.
It does. It should be, but I just don't think that this one's that one.
Okay, fair enough.
Chris, who did Jeremy go with?
We both go with the Steelers.
You both go with the Steelers. That makes that nice and easy. So Gail has the first pick between the Buffalo Bills and going to San Francisco at their new home field. She went with the Bills. Mo went with the Bills. Who did Amanda go with, Nate?
Oh, shit. She texted me. Hang on. Bills.
Nate, who you going to go with?
It's Bills and Niners, right?
Bills, Niners at Niners' new home field. This is the first game they're playing, not in San Fran as home.
I really want to pick Buffalo, but I'm picking San Francisco.
Picking San Fran. I want to pick Buffalo. I want to stick with the Dildos. But San Fran all of a sudden has shown up. And not having to travel, I'm going to go with San Fran. Jeremy, Chris, who's Jeremy going with?
He took the Bills.
He took the Bills. Chris, who you going with?
I'm going to take the Niners.
You're going to take the Niners.
Nate convinced me.
Smitty, who you going with?
I didn't say anything, but all right.
Oh, this is so tough because I don't trust the Bills. They seem so good, but I just don't trust the Bills. And San Francisco is a half of a team.
Yeah.
I played at home. And oh God, I don't want to play this game.
It's a hard pick.
It is.
Really is. It should be because by all stats, everyone should pick Buffalo.
Right.
Yeah.
But San Fran all of a sudden is turning it on, so.
Yeah, I'm going with.
Flip the damn coin.
He's got one. You want me to call it?
Heads, Bills, tails for San Fran.
Exactly. Bills.
The funny part is we did that one week, and it turned out very bad for us.
Yeah, I didn't know to do that.
All right, so last but not least, we have the new Tuesday game at 8:05. The Dallas Cowboys are going over to Baltimore. Nate, Amanda has the first pick.
Baltimore and what?
Cowboys and Baltimore. So Dallas Cowboys, Baltimore Ravens.
Ravens.
All right.
She picked the Ravens.
Nate, who you going with? Going with them boys and that redhead?
No, I don't trust that team. They just no. I'm gonna go with the Ravens. Providing that they don't get COVID and have to start a wide receiver as a quarterback.
Yeah.
Or start a kicker as a lineman. It's like who's your center? Oh, he's our place kicker. Okay.
They're gonna grab the ball boy for a wide receiver.
Oh, this is actually a harder game to pick than I wanted to be.
It is.
But the way Dallas played last Thursday, after being destroyed by Washington, I don't care who plays Dallas, they're gonna beat them right now. So I am going with the Baltimore Ravens. Who's Jerry going with, Chris?
He took them boys.
Really?
Yeah.
Chris, who you going with?
I'm going with the Ravens.
And Smitty, who you going with?
Well, I want to go with the boys because of the COVID, and they played on Wednesday, and we don't know if Jackson's gonna play. I'm going with the Ravens. I can't go with the boys. I don't trust them.
Gail also went with the Ravens. And now we have, well, if everything goes as planned, a Thursday night game between the New England Patriots and the Los Angeles Rams. So, I gotta shrink it. Who is the... So, Amanda would have the first pick.
I just had to ask her, so you're going to have to move to the next one.
All right, so Nate, you have the first pick now.
Oh.
Patriots or Rams? Are we going to be home and cuddle, or are we going to watch this? What's going to happen?
Is this being played in New England, or is it being played in
It's
Los
playing
Angeles?
at Los Angeles at night.
She picked the Rams.
Amanda went with the Rams. Oopsie. I got to back out of that. Eagles, Rams. Nate, who you going with?
You say Eagles, Rams?
No, Patriots at Rams.
You just said Eagles, Rams.
You just said Eagles.
No, I
Yeah.
said Pats, Rams.
No, you
No,
just
you said Eagles, Rams.
Eagles
Did
said
I?
Eagles,
Watch
Rams,
it again.
and I just
Watch
totally
this.
got confused.
Yeah, watch this again. You'll
Sorry.
see.
Pats, Rams.
I am also going to go with the Rams. Aaron Donald, Cam Newton. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Rams are a much better team. They're quietly winning and looking ahead to a very good playoff spot. I am also going with the Rams. Who's Journey going with, Chris?
He took the Pats.
He took the Pats again. Chris, who you going with?
Rams.
The Rams. Smitty, who you going with?
Now the Pats are going down there this week to play against a team on the West Coast, and then next week, also they're playing a team on the West Coast. The Rams.
So
They
what
play
I
Chargers, the
heard,
Rams.
so from what I've heard is that the plan is that they're trying to get lodging at a college there, and they're gonna quarantine in a college dorm for that week to stay in Los Angeles so they don't have to travel back.
That's fair. I am going with the New England Rams. Sorry, I'm going with the Rams.
Gail is going with the Rams. And
Boy, where is the love for your own team? You always pick your own team.
no, we are realists. I remember. I do remember the years before.
What does it say?
Bill Belichick says that Chargers QB Justin Herbert is impressive.
He is. He's a very good QB, and I think he's going to be very good if he can keep this up.
Yeah, and what did I say? Miami need to trade back, get Herbert, and get some more draft picks for the damn pick. That's what I said during draft night. Watch it.
Yeah, I think you did.
I know I did.
But I think that brings us to the end. But Smitty, to finish my thought.
Yeah.
I remember the time before the Pats were good. I remember when they barely could win a game.
Well, you were 5 or something?
I was. But my mom has made me watch Pats games since I was like 1. I have been watching Pats games my whole entire life. I remember when they sucked. I remember I was in 4th grade when they finally had Bledsoe as a rookie QB come in and play for Scott Zolak.
Yeah, Zolak. Yeah, Zolak was not great, but
No.
Bledsoe was good.
Bledsoe was good. But I was in 3rd grade because my 3rd grade teacher saw me be the tee boy for that game, and I got to run out into the field, pick up the tee, and they announced my name on the TV because Toys R Us was doing a competition, and my mom didn't believe them when they called us at first because, scam. And they're like, no, he really won. He's the T-boy for the day. You guys got to be there early.
Wow.
Yeah, I had a signed Pats ball with Drew Bledsoe, Scott Zolak, and a Ty Law and other players on it.
Ty Law, wow.
Yeah, but it's like I remember when they sucked. They lost to the Buffalo Bills in that game.
Yeah, I don't remember that all, but I remember they were not a great team, and I remember Bledsoe being the quarterback, and they started to come up.
Yeah, they finally started winning some games.
Yeah,
but it's like I remember the time before.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember them not being nothing, and then they made it to the Super Bowl and got crushed by Chicago.
That was the year after I was born.
And then they just weren't nothing again, and they were just kind of. They weren't crappy. They weren't like Tampa Bay crappy, but
they weren't Jets crappy.
Right? They were like they'd win 3 games one year and then win 8 games the next. And then and then all of a sudden, they were playoff. They were a wild card, made the playoffs, win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, it's like, oh my God, they have a golden cock. I don't know. So, but golden cocks are nice.
I was too busy looking at what Chris just sent me, and then I hear golden cock.
Said no service member ever.
All right, guys. I think it's time to call it.
That's all, folks.
Good night, my lovelies.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for joining us.